Today is Monday, November 4th, and this is the ADM Investor Services Weekly Market Kickoff. Please note that the views and opinions expressed here today are solely those of our guests and should not be construed as the views or opinions of ADM Investor Services or Archer Daniels Midland Company. Today's guests are Steve Freed, Vice President of Grain Research at ADM Investor Services, and Alan Bush, ADMIS Senior Financial Economist. Steve, let's start with the grain markets this morning. Corn, soybean, and wheat have pulled back from recent highs. Why, and do you believe they can rally from here?
I think the markets ran out of momentum. It was pushed up because of the late harvest. But I think with our export pace the way it is, uncertainty in the trade, better weather, the market ran out of steam. I really don't think it can rally unless you get some big announcement or trade deal and all of a sudden China starts coming in and buying ag products.
A private crop group raised their estimates of the U.S. 2019 corn and soybean crops on Friday. Do you agree, and did the market react to that report?
I don't agree. I think the first half or 60% of the corn yields and bean yields in the country are better, or at least as expected. But I think the last 20 or 30% that was planted late is going to be disappointing. I can't guarantee what the USDA is going to say Friday. But they probably won't give us anything bullish. It may not be until January until we find out just what the actual crop size is. Market's going to react negative to any number that's not bullish on Friday.
Any news in the weather as it applies to U.S. and or South American crops?
Well, we flipped the switch, and it looks like for the next 2 weeks in the U.S. it's going to be cold and dry, which is going to help harvest. And down in Brazil and Argentina, they're getting rain that they need, which is helping crop conditions.
Finally, Steve, what's the managed fund position in grains?
Right now they're long beans and soybean oil. They keep adding to their soybean oil position because of every day palm oil prices are making new highs because of the lack of supply. They're short corn and meal, and they keep adding to their short corn position because they just don't think there's a story there that's bullish. And then for wheat, they have a small long position on in wheat, simply because world prices have rallied over the last couple of weeks. And I really don't see anything to get the funds out of their long soybean, short corn position.
Turning toward the financial markets, Alan, Christine Lagarde is the new European Central Bank president, taking over from Mario Draghi.
Right.
What are the policy implications under this new leadership?
Well, I believe that the policies will continue under Christine Lagarde. And there's some talk that she may become even more accommodative. So if that is the case, that would make it very difficult for the euro currency to rally against the US dollar if the accommodation is extended further.
And when gold and silver prices are higher when most flight quality vehicles are lower, does this suggest higher prices are likely for the precious metals?
Yes, it does. And this applies to any market. Anytime a market is higher on bearish news, that in itself should be viewed as a sign of strength, at least in the short term. Now, we already had the silver breaking out above a downtrend line several days ago, and the gold market is right at that trend line now. So I'm inclined to believe that we'll see higher prices for both the gold and silver.
Finally, Ellen, in late August, the amount of sovereign debt with negative interest rates in Europe and Japan was estimated to be as high as $17 trillion. But currently, the amount of negative yielding debt has declined to $13.3 trillion. What are the global implications of this?
Well, that basically suggests that the global economy is stabilizing. It means that central banks around the world, although will probably still be on a path toward easier credit, that they may slow down the pace of lower rates. It also suggests that there probably will be no recession here in the U.S.
Thank you both. Remember, the views and opinions expressed today on this video are solely those of our guests and should not be construed as the views or opinions of ADM Investor Services or Archer Daniels Midland Company. If you'd like more information about our brokerage services, would like to speak to one of our experts about managing your risks, or would like to open a trading account, please visit www.admis.com.